Divinitas salutaris, vertebras libertas.
Hello everybody and welcome back once again to Let's Play Rome Remastered. Right, I did a bit of debating after yesterday's stream, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It was a great stream, and the fact that I'm not going to be streaming for the rest of the year, which makes it sound like a long time, but it's only 2 more days. So I debated what to do, and I thought I wanted to bring you some more Rome, really. Today being the 30th, and then tomorrow as well being the 31st. So I thought, you know what, I'll just do some regular recorded sessions, and then if there's still a few little odds and ends to tie up, we'll do that in a stream in 2022 as a means to finish the campaign off. Because there's a few little things that I want to achieve to finish this campaign. I'm kind of anticipating, even if we take the 50 settlements, we'll still be able to carry on afterwards. So yes, we'll get the end game kind of, you know, fanfare, but I'm not going to quite finish the campaign until I have achieved what I want to achieve, which is I want to get peace with the British, I want to get peace with the Egyptians, and I want to just put my armies in a particular position so that we can kind of think about what would happen in the future had we carried on playing the campaign, for example. So a few little things to tidy up before we finish the campaign, even if we get to the 50 settlements. So there's still a little bit left to do. So we'll still get a chance after today's session and tomorrow's recorded sessions to still have time for a stream to finish things off. But I just want to say, I take the time now really to say that I had absolutely fantastic time with this game. The remaster, I think, has been great. Yes, there's still the few flaws in the game for the AI and stuff, but that's how the game was, and I don't mind that. But the upgrades graphically, and the user interface, although there's been a few little issues with it at times, generally, as the patches have come out, it's improved certain things. And to me, I've really enjoyed it. It's been a great way to revisit a childhood favourite, really, of mine. And I sat and thought yesterday and thought to myself, you know what, I'm probably never going to play this game ever again, to be quite honest with you. Which is quite a sad thing. But I'm just glad that I managed to play a full campaign to the bitter end again. I have done it before, but also to play as a faction that wasn't Rome. To play as Carthage has been a hell of a lot of fun. I've learned a little bit about Carthaginian history due to the roleplay, and that's what I just want to finish off this introduction by saying is thank you everybody so much for the efforts that you put into the roleplay. You certainly brought a load of characters to life, created a lovely backstory to the campaign during that period, and even now, even though the roleplay has finished quite a while ago now, and we've kind of carried on with the descendants of the roleplayed characters, it still has a little bit of a bearing, and it's been absolutely fantastic. I shall, like the old medieval roleplay from way back in 2010, I will have fond memories of a lot of the characters, and would Bizaltes have been quite so memorable if he wasn't roleplayed from the beginning? I don't think so, personally. So it's been fantastic. So I just want to put the question out there now. I know the campaign isn't finished, but on the comment section of this video, put down who has been your favourite character in the campaign. Let us know. I'm just kind of interested to see your kind of thoughts as maybe as role players yourselves or as just general viewers. Who has been your favourite family member of the Carthaginian empire as it is now, I suppose? So without further ado, whilst you're pondering that, we shall press on. I've done all of the building work off camera. One thing I have also done is I have bribed away one of the full stack armies of the Greeks here. There were two, there is now one. So I decided that we are going to completely and utterly decimate the Greeks to the point of no return for them, for daring to attack us for no good reason. So we're going to bribe away this army next, and then we're going to do something which is really going to cripple them big style. They've got another full stack army here to deal with, but we can maybe try to assassinate the general and then bribe this army away. So we've got an assassin waiting in the wings. So we'll deal with him as and when we need to. But here's the plan for how to wrap up this campaign. We've got the Britain Coolie fella, who has been tasked with being Warden of Britannia. Once he's captured the entirety of Britannia, he can hole himself up in Londinium and he can rule the British Isles as he sees fit. So he's on his way to do that, so just one more settlement to capture there. Over here we have Agar of Oscar, who has been tasked with taking this settlement here and then this settlement here, and then he's going to kind of come down to around about here, kind of a central point to rule the kind of Germanic areas that we've got. We shall probably end up putting a family member in Alesia to be the sort of the warden of Gaul, if you will. We'll send a family member up there to ensure that Gaul remains under the thumb. And what of our leader? Good old Sakarbal, who's looking mighty fine, I must say. We were about to head to settlements eastwards, but we've had to change of plan. It feels like we're beginning to spread ourselves a little bit thin by doing that. And as we know from the British, bankruptcy, these settlements aren't exactly lucrative. They're backwater villages in the forests. You know, people wearing face paint and stuff. It's like something out of horror. A horror theatrical play that those Romans and Greeks like to do. So we're not going to spread ourselves any further east. So if we zoom out, we can see that if we do capture with Agar these settlements here, these last two, we kind of have a nice little line going down, kind of sort of here, down here, a little one there, you know, like that's him, sort of down here, the settlement there, settlement. So we've got a nice little line, a border forming round about there, which is far enough east, I think, for us. So by having this chappie kind of sit himself round about here, he should be able to kind of just keep a watch on that border. You know, we've got cover for Iuvavum from northern Italy if we need it. So between northern Italy and him there, Agar coming back here, we should have enough support and cover to deal with any British threats. Yes, he might not get there immediately, but he's in the vicinity and he'll get there in time. So that is the plan for defending the borders here. So instead, Sakarbal feels like his work is pretty much done, really. So he's going to actually do a about turn and come right through northern Italy. He's going to take a stop off at Rome to see the faction heir Abdicea, to confirm if the rumours are true about this man's madness. And if they are, he might have to reassess who he puts in charge of the family going forward. So he's going to pop off to Rome to do a bit of sightseeing and a bit of, chewing the fat and all that kind of good stuff. And then he's going to hop on some boats and he's going to come across and he's going to finish up in Carthage, where he will take charge of the settlement. Because Yeehaw is not going to live forever and a day, and Carthage will need a new ruler. And Sakarbal, although he's good at combat and he's good at influence and stuff, he's also quite good at management. And he's going to rekindle the days of Hasdrubal, where the rulers of Carthage sit in Carthage and rule from Carthage. Because, hey, life isn't quite so tumultuous anymore as it used to be. So ruling from Carthage is like a good plan to him. So that's what he's going to do. But I am kind of debating what to do with this army, which is actually pretty elite, and it would be a shame to waste it. So we might put it in Iuvavum, and that gives us a bit of cover between this army. Might give it to Nero Hostilus, who was 49, because he got a bit decimated, didn't he? So between that army and that army, it'd be a pretty decent army, and maybe just have that there. Could be a good plan, actually. So that's the plan for Sakarbal. So we'll get that sorted. So before we can end the campaign, Sakarbal has to make it back to Carthage. That's one of the conditions that I'm setting myself. We want, of course, we're going to conquer that one and that one, so that's 2. That would be 3. We need 4 more settlements, so we need 1 more settlement to obtain victory. Well, that settlement is going to be... It could well be Segestica if we wanted to bribe it, because we could probably afford to bribe this, or even take it by force if we wanted, but no, we're not going to do that. What we're going to do instead is we're going to take Greece from the south up. And this is the other final victory condition, because what I want to end on, so this will be the last settlement we take, it's probably going to be Crete. But what we're going to do is, after we've decimated their armies by bribery, to the point they've got nothing left, they've got no troops left hardly, they've got hardly any coin, hardly any troops, we're going to send across an army, an elite army, the final elite army of the campaign. We have the Peony infantry and some slingers coming from Tarentum. We have the Sacred Band Cav and a unit of elephants coming from Carthage. We have Sacred Band infantry coming from Cirta. They will be coming on some ships. A fleet there, including Quinqueremes. Ships here from Lilybaeum, Quinqueremes. Ships here, a couple of more triremes. So between that, so that's going to be a decent enough fleet to safely travel into the waters of the Greeks without being sunk. On those ships will be that army that I've just pointed out between Tarentum, Carthage, and Cirta. It will be headed by a new, young member of the family, one Bodestart Sornites, who's got some semblance of command. And then it will sail, once the troops are amassed, to Crete to capture that. And then that will be the end of the campaign, technically. We'll get the victory condition. And then from there, in our mind's eye, I won't play it out, but this is what would happen, technically, if we were to continue with his mighty host. He would then land once again on the southern tip of Greece, and without any major troops to stop him, because they've all been bribed away, he will then do what this chap did and start capturing settlements. They're a bit run down because we destroyed them, but hey, doesn't matter. And then he would continue up, capturing Larissa, Thermon, Apollonia, and so on and so on. So in our mind's eye, although it wouldn't be played out on the campaign map, we can imagine that should the campaign have continued, that Sornites would have unimpeded, basically gone through the entirety of the Greek lands, taking them as a grave punishment for attacking us. And that's how we will end the campaign. So that is the plan. So, rather long-winded introduction, but hey, that's the nature of the beast. This is all about storytelling, you know. This, as you know me by now, we try to create a story for you guys, and to tell it, you have to tell it. You know, you can't gloss over it. So there we go. That is how we're going to wrap up things. Of course, the Greeks may throw a spanner in the fire before now and then. So we'll see what happens. But without further ado, let's end the turn and get to that plan. Oh, I forgot about him! Our heroic general. Our heroic admiral. Probably the most heroic admiral in the entirety of the campaign. Suddenly occurs at the end of it. Right, okay. Where's he going? He's probably going to take Mogonticum. Oh, look, more men are coming down. This is what I said about perhaps kind of unintentional things happening. Oh, where are you going? Where are you going? Oh, they're all... Oh, hang on. Oh, there's slightly more Greeks than I perhaps give them credit for, to be honest with you. I didn't realise there was 3 full stacks down there. It's a lot of bribing. It's a lot of cash to give up. But it's probably worth it. City grows. Mediolanum. We'll sort that in a second. Oh! The last of the Arpeers is dead. Yeehaw has finally perished at age 68 or 67 maybe. Oh, I was hoping that he was going to cling on to till the bitter end, but he didn't. He didn't. Bless his heart. He was a good man. He never saw the battlefield, but his work was not to be underestimated. Keeping Carthage running as its governor in the latter years of his life, but making Cirta a recruitment hub for not just men but for ships too. You know, he did a sterling job. A sterling job indeed. Right. So we'll just focus on the flashpoint areas, and we'll take it from there. So we're recruiting a couple of units of peasants here to send up to Ibericum. We're also recruiting peasants here as well because we need to remove ourselves from this place to take this from the British, which is going to prove quite difficult because public order is, as you can quite clearly see, not the best. So, yeah. Once we've got at least a good set of peasants, probably like another couple, I think. So that'll be 6 sets of peasants. Maybe we can even leave some of these infantry units behind too. Hopefully that will be enough just to keep the place ticking over. And then we can kind of go across and get that. We'll see. We don't have any mercenaries at our disposal, which is unfortunate. But we're not in a rush, really. Unless the British start recruiting some kick-ass units there, which I don't think they will. We should be okay. So we'll just keep that happening for now. Peasant recruitment to get a garrison here so we can move across. So that is in the pipeline. What to do with the British here is the next question, really, because it seemed like to me that one of their armies was moving back down towards here, and we want to kind of capture these last 2 lands, but we can't go gung-ho or too quickly.
Awaiting your command.
Because
Who shall die this day by your will?
there's British forces just ambling about, looking like they're going to start taking settlements. So ideally, if we could bribe this guy away, it would give us a bit of breathing room to then move out and round and up. Alternatively, we could go and attack, but
Orders? Mighty General.
can't quite reach this turn, which is a pain. And this now needs to start recruiting some peasants too. I don't know if he's actually can recruit some
March!
one set of barbarian mercs. Public order's not horrendous here, right? Okay, so there's a little bit of
Move out!
work required to get to this place ready in terms of being self-sufficient for us to be able to move on anyway. Okay, so yeah, this is where things get a little bit more tricky. A little bit more tricky.
My eyes are yours. Moving.
Yes, mighty lord.
Oh, and there's another full stack army here. Do you know what? The British have got more troops
Yes, my liege.
than we perhaps realised. I do want to take Sakabal back home though, so what we're going to do,
Sire!
little switch,
Orders!
little switcheroo.
General!
We're going to bring Nero Hostilis rather swiftly round. I mean, hopefully don't get attacked on the way.
Move out!
Oh, he's gone that way. Why have you done that? What have you gone that way for? Oh, for God's sake, man. Right.
My liege!
We'll have to protect him.
Onward!
Okay, so we're going to do a little switcheroo. We're going to give Nero Hostilis this army. And then we're going to give Sakabal a little small entourage and take him back down to where I said we were going to take him. So we'll do that. And then we'll use Nero Hostilis and still keep him up here. I'm not overly concerned. If they want to come and attack us, fine, but once Nero has got his large force, we're going to plot him up. We're going to plot him up here. I think we're going to plot him up here. So we'd have him here, we'll have Agar of Oscar kind of next to him, and Ayuvavum's got a bit of a token force. It's not weak, so that'll stay as it is, unmanned, ungeneraled. And we should, and don't forget we've got these two down here too, so we've got cover. We've got cover should the British do anything stupid. So, yeah, that's fine. So, the question is then, do we want to bribe this army away? I mean, we get a general out of it, actually, which is quite nifty as well. And we can certainly afford it, so let's see how much it is. I mean, we don't have to bribe Greeks all the time, do we? We'll bribe some British too.
Be quick. Our patience is limited. If we may have a private... Well, when you put it like that...
Less of the turn's income. Welcome to the family. Who are you? Mandu Bracius the Silures. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, sir. Welcome, welcome. Meanwhile...
Assassin ready.
25%? 30%.
Death approaches.
Might as well throw your hat into the mix, my son. Get yourself up there.
Your obedient
Kind of keep you there so they could intercept any more troops that come down. And as we said, he's getting enough troops to be able to move out from that place there. Can we replenish our armies? Yes, we can. I'm kind of thinking we should probably attack this bloody set of idiots that stood right outside the gates.
Destroy. We shall rule. Yes. Orders.
I don't want to attack now, and then we can't get back. So we'll keep him there. He's hidden in the bushes now, cowering in fear. It's perfectly fine. Okay, so that sorted the problem out in Britannia. I think we've got a general plan as to what we want to achieve here. It's just turned a little bit messy slightly, but that's not a problem. Down here we're perfectly and reasonably fine. Just stood at the borders. He's not moved.
Who shall die this day?
48% chance.
Approaches.
Let's go for it. Let's go for it. There goes nothing. Well done, Adabal Sornites. I'm sure he's a long lost descendant of Toba the Killer. You know, he's been absolutely brilliant. He's been absolutely brilliant as this guy, Adabal Sornites. Well done, sir. Well done. Just weaken that army nicely for us. Nicely indeed. Right. 660 grand. Still turning a slight profit, actually. This turn. Still turning a slight profit. So we've assassinated a great general. We've bribed away a British army. And down here, as I said, let's look at that. There's just a few more Greek armies than perhaps we gave them credit for. Nonetheless, will that stop our Sornites? Of course not. Of course not. Right. Just want to make sure there's no Greeks no Egyptians getting a bit frisky. We shall kind of get a peace with them towards the back end of the campaign. I don't want to get a peace now and then break the peace by the time we finish the campaign. So we'll try and get that peace with the Egyptians towards the back end. It's probably going to cost about 30 grand, but hey, for wrapping things up neatly, I think it's worth it. Right, the question is, do we wish to bribe this army? And if so, how much is it?
I can be quick. Our patient, if we may have a private word.
A private word. Yes, we may. Go away. Thank you kindly.
Well, when you put it like that.
And there goes another army into the ether. Ah, yes. Putting our vast treasury to good use. You're next, buddy. And then you. This is probably their faction leader. No, it's not. This is not their faction leader. I wonder where their faction leader is, funny enough. He's here! Menelaus of Gompi. There, right there. Okay, so we'll bribe this one away next turn or the turn after. We'll keep an eye on it. This guy's going to be a bit more tricky to bribe because he's a family member, you see, so it'll be very expensive together with his kick-ass units. Yeah, still at how many armoured hoplites did they get? These guys could be just peasants. Ooh, we're seeing a quality turn, are we? So yeah, 1, 2, 3 more full stacks as we can see. Any more? Maybe. Let's get ourselves ready. I think 1 more turn till our armies are ready to mobilise to get across to Crete. So yeah, things are looking not too shabby. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put a pause in the video, do my kind of tinkering, my building work, get the tax rate sorted, and then we'll be back for the end turn and we crack on again. So back in a second. Okay, so all the little bits and bobs have been done building wise and just tweaking a few garrisons and stuff. We've got a lot of public order issues in northern Italy at the moment. Nothing we can do about them other than feverishly recruit more peasants to keep the public order down as much as we can and just get public order buildings. Medieval is the biggest concern, so we're going to get an execution square and then of course it's ready to upgrade as well, so upgrading it should help a little bit, but touch and go, that could well end up in a revolt kind of situation, which would be a pain in the backside. But anyway, that's where we currently stand. And one thing that I forgot to outline is that we are taking Nico Sota from Cyrene. He's going to come up to replace the departed Zixus in Alexandria on the front lines in case the Egyptians come forth. And we are giving, of course, the mighty Admiral Abdeshman an upgrade to his fleet with a couple of extra triremes, and we're replenishing the lost numbers, and then we're going to send him right back into the heart of the Greek waters to cause more devastation, because that's what he does best. And hopefully that will also ease the path for our arrival with Boduschart and his host of merry men. So yes, that is everything done for this turn. We've spent a fair few coins, but as I'm sure you'll agree, every single denarii spent was well worth it. Oh, these armies are all dispersing. They're going northwards, which is a little slight concern, because they may end up going back to northern Italy again, so we've got to act quick if we can. Right. Faction announcements. Look at the family members. We haven't checked the family tree for ages, and I did say that I will check it at some point. Of course, all of these new family members, they're not going to come into effect, are they? But it'd be nice to see who's had kids and where the lines have gone as a way to probably finish the campaign off. Right then, let's see how the situation fares in Eboracum. Just going to take out 3 sets of peasants. Move them up. Another set of peasants being recruited. Got 2 sets of, 1 set of peasants here, 2 sets of peasants here so far. I don't think 2 sets of peasants, even if we leave behind a couple of units of infantry as well, are going to be enough. 11%! 36%. It's not looking good, is it? It's not looking good. That is not looking too promising, it must be said. Keep feverishly recruiting peasants, people. We enslaved Eboracum. We should have executed. That was my mistake. Slowing us down. Right. Okay, we'll give it 1 more turn. If we can get it anywhere like 60-odd%, even though it's still a red face, we'll take that, because we can always come back after we've executed the people of Diva. So, yeah, a couple of turns, we should have this situation resolved. It's taking a little bit longer than we would like, but hey, Such is the nature of things. Sometimes things happen. Lots of merchants here, just stood around doing nothing. Perhaps we should get an assassin out there and just get rid of them. A blight on my map. Anyway, so that's Britannia. Situation sorted. Which means we now turn our attentions back up here to Northern Europe, where we intend to take Dam, but maybe we'll take Borders home first. But before we even do that, we really need public order here. How bad is it? 65%. You know, we could leave behind, as we've done before, a little piddly bit of infantry. Put some to a green face. More peasants on the way. We move on. Look at this little village. It's a large town, actually. Village. We're not used to huge cities now. Oh, look at this little piddly town. It's rubbish. A little hamlet. No, it's a town. This is a town. Yeah, we trade amber and everything. Not convinced. But anyway, so he's off. He's 2 turns away from here, which is a little bit of an issue. So we'll protect with a diplomat for bribing. If we can't beat him in the field, we'll bribe him away. You know the drill. We've got all kinds of protections at the ready. And we are going to try. It's 25%, but you're going to try these things. Channel your inner Sornites the Killer. Channel that energy. Remember what you've been taught. Caphorphorus Gades. Remember who you are. You are my son. And the one, whatever, Mufasa Lion King. I'm sure you knew what I was doing there. Poof! Come on! Come on! Yes! Okay! I'm finding my assassins start to show their skill. Oh, I'm sure Theages is probably really smiling here from beyond the grave. A murderer. That's what we like to hear. Is it? Really? Sometimes I do wonder if people could just like catch snippets of conversation that I'm having here, you know, and things that I say on camera. If you catch it out of context. You know, murderer. What's he talking about, murderer? He's welcoming a murderer? What? Never mind, never mind. So anyway, we're off to take Denmark, and we're off to. We've significantly cheapened the bribing of Captain Rydirk if he does intend to come down, which I don't think he will at this point. So yes, the progression here is looking pretty good. I like this. I like this, and of course an extra family member there as well. So ooh, he's coming behind our lines, which is problematic. I would say. Slightly problematic. Lots of warband and swords. A few chosen swords, but not that many. So it's a pretty weak army, in fact. So, how do we deal with this little problem? I hear you cry out. Well, I'll tell you how we deal with this little problem, my friends. We deal with this little problem with full force. Oh yes, full force is required here. Full, unadulterated force. We don't have time to replenish, so we're going to have to just roll with what we've got, infantry-wise. But what we are going to do is we are going to disband these guys. Bring in Nero Hostilius, because we're going to have a little word in his ear. After we've dealt with this problem, just giving him instructions. So Carbal, giving instructions. This is what I want you to do. You're going to go, you're going to put yourself up, and you're going to defend. Alright? British people, you see them coming, you intercept, you deal. Simple. Meanwhile, I am going to Rome and then to Carthage. But before I go to Rome and Carthage, I think we have him fight. I'm debating whether to take him out now and get him back to Iuvavum and then just leave it in the hands of Nero. Say, leave it with you, kidder. I'm off. But our faction leader can't resist. One last tete-a-tete with the British. So that will be our opening gambit for the next session. We'll smash the British. So that's what we'll do. We'll smash him. Nero will take the remainder of the army that's left, merge it with Iuvavum, get a decent force together, and that will be the defensive force for the southern end of the German lands. And then Sakaba will post-haste to Rome. So, yep, that's pretty much as it needs to be right now. Up there's fine, which means we'll just finish off this turn, and we'll finish off this session, I suppose, now, because we can't end the turn at this point, by just finishing off the Greek situation. I'm so tempted to take this. It's just so tempting. But we won't. We'll be patient. We'll be patient. I'm saying that now, and watch all of the big stacks that we've seen. They're going to start coming up and causing us a problem. But anyway, we'll finish off down here, as we usually do, trying to find where in God's green earth those armies have scattered to. One of them went up this way, I'm almost certain. Where did they go?
None shall see me.
Ah, there you are. There you are. Oh, they've got a full stack army here somewhere. Where is it? Oh, it's going to cause us some problems. Oh, hang on. It's an army of peasants. Population dispersal? Okay, we don't have to bribe that. Come on. We don't have to bribe that one, do we? I mean, it's probably very cheap, to be fair. It's only peasants. But it's not armoured hoplites, is it? So, you know what? Captain Nikiasos, we'll leave you be. We'll leave you be.
My eyes are yours.
Oh my god, I have never seen that before. An army of peasants. Why?
Unseen, unheard.
They tried to fool us. There's like, look, what we'll do is we'll send a full stack army of peasants. Just walk around. Don't do anything. Just walk around, and if they can't see who you are, because they've not got a spy there, it'll leave them thinking, oh, there's a full stack there. Oh god, another one. Oh no, what we're gonna do? And all along it'll just be some peasants. Haha, they will fool them. And to be fair, they did. They did. Damn them and their games.
Your humble
Right,
servant.
you.
I carry your words.
Oh, we're blocked. You.
Carry your Be quick. Our patience
About this
is
army.
limited, if we may have fair.
Yeah.
Well, when you put it like that,
And there goes another one. Another one gone, and another one's gone, and another one bites the dust. Woo! I'm gonna get you too. Okay, so that's another full stack gone. That full stack is peasants, so we can discount that. So that means, by my reckoning, there was one more full stack down here with a family member leading it, and then there's one more there. So I'm reckoning between that and a couple of loose dregs that have holed up elsewhere, they've probably got about 3 more full stacks left, which we can more than deal with, I'm sure. We're going to have to rest for a couple of turns now with the bribing and just top up the treasury a little bit. So next turn, no bribing. We'll do building work and stuff, but no bribing. And then we'll get back on it again. But we do have to make sure
My eyes are yours.
that we kind of make sure, find out where they're going and what they're doing, ultimately, because they've done a bit of a runner. So there you go, folks. Don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm going to cut a little bit out of it, so it's probably going to end up being about 40 minutes tops, which I think is a nice length, really, for what we've achieved today. Although, technically speaking, I could fight this battle now. It's not going to take that long, is it? Because they're going to rout quite quickly, I reckon. Shall I give you a battle? You're all screaming, yes, yes! And if you can, yeah, please, give us battle. Give us more glorious victory. Go on then. Cause it's the festive period. Go on, you've twisted my arm, even though it's not a stream. You've twisted my bloody arm, you people, you slave drivers. Right, come on then, let's do it. Save it first. Just I don't know why, because I never reload, do I really? When things go horribly wrong, it's not as if I want to reload the damn thing. But hey, it's just a force of habit. Let's go.
Prepare for battle.
Let's go. Let's do it. Evenly matched, apparently. Right. We shall see who is evenly matched around here. We shall certainly see. So we've got our Balearic slingers that'll be peppering the enemy, as they usually do. We've got our elephants on the flanks and our horses trampling. We've got 2 generals, should we need them. What could possibly go... No, don't say it, please. Don't say... Rain.
The day has come. This will be the last for many.
Rain. Rain could happen.
Will fall today.
That would really hamper our slingers if it's pouring it down with rain. Oh no, we're in the trees! Oh, we're in trees. I hate battles in trees. And we're right on the corner of the map. Holy cow, this is like the worst position. What could possibly go wrong, I said. The positioning of the map could go completely wrong. Okay, so we've got a little bit of a setup here going on, but it's not ideal by any stretch of the imagination. It is not ideal.
Units! Units!
How far can we get there? Likewise here. Where's it in that? There. Don't want these guys exposed. Wow. Look, there's a lot of infantry, isn't there? They rout very quickly though. That's the only saving grace, is they rout quite quickly. Now we could actually pull our infantry back even further and use the edges of the map as a flank protector if we really wanted to. These guys are going to have to really hold the line today. It's going to really be crucial that they hold the line. Now we are attacking them, don't forget. So we can set the terms of engagement once they've got into position, which is a slight saving grace actually. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to try and maybe cause a bit of a scene with my Balearic slingers once they've set their stall out. Okay, they've got their line quite long. Warband, 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 slingers, swordsmen. They're already winded because they've ran. And one set of swordsmen. So quite a weak left flank, which we could hopefully collapse quite quickly. Right. This side, we've got swordsmen, chosen swordsmen, slingers, so a bit of slinger action. Swordsmen just running around at the rear. I mean, ultimately, the balance of power bar is still saying you should have this covered, which we should. I'm going to try and goad them.
Units!
Balearic slingers. Where's the edge of the map? So tempted to try and get my elephants and horses up here. It'll cause them some right grief. They will probably turn to face. Chosen swords on this flank.
Infantry!
Where would I best serve with placing my slingers?
Units!
Right, we're going to get our slingers into position here. We'll have to turn. If they come forward in a mass line, it's going to be messy. It's going to be messy. Right, let's see if we can pepper some of these lighter warband units. Even the swordsmen don't have armour on, so most of them should be Should be gettable. Right, we need to ensure that we do this very patiently. Got a bit of cover from the horses and elephants. That should do a decent number on these guys. I do kind of want to put... It's the lack of infantry that's worrying me. If we could just... We need to pin them down, you see. Can't spread them too much thinner. Right, there you go. Move them forward, have them pepper at will, and see if the enemy come onto us or not. That may have just caused a bit of a scene. Oh, hang on. I thought they were moving. They've stopped moving. They're all very tired. Some of them are very tired, though. Okay, some of them are. A skirmish. What are they doing?
General! Attack quickly! General! Hurry! Charge!
Okay, we got them pulling back. General going in. Mopping up a few slingers.
General! Quickly! Quickly! Hurry! With all haste!
Valiant leader, Sakabal, getting stuck in, routing the slingers, which is a good start. Chosen swords have come in! Right on our elephants! Shooting hell, fire! Okay, it's fine. We've got them covered. We've got them covered. Stay fast. Stay fast.
Units! Units, run! Warrior slingers! Slaughter them!
Chosen Swords routing. They're pinned in now. Right, we need to get in here. We need to get in here. We need to get in here. Whoa, nice. The swordsman doing a number there.
Shield cavalry! Units! Cavalry! Charge! Cavalry! Mark up, elephants!
Okay, they're routing. We've got them routing.
Shield, move with all haste! Elephants,
Pull out.
quickly!
Horses, pull back.
With all haste!
Okay, just nice and patient. Head hurlers coming in. Right, we're going to move the slingers to the middle. They're withdrawing. They're going. They're withdrawing. We'll take that. We'll take a withdrawal right now. It's not. It's an awkward map. We'll take a withdrawal. Look, they're all going. They're all going. Look at that. We've got them. We've got them. Right, we'll take a withdrawal for now. This map has been not very good for us. It'll give Nero a chance to get his troops reorganised at Ayuvavim. It'll give Sakabal a chance to go and get himself sorted in get himself to Rome and stuff. So we'll take that. We'll take that. Don't have a choice, really, do we? Let's get as many men as we possibly can right now. Limit their numbers as much as we can. They do have a long way to run. They have a very long way to run, so we can run down quite a few of these guys. Look at that. Let's try it. They're very tired, so they should rout quite quickly. Yeah. Chosen Swords will leave because they're quite heavy. Armoured. Warband light infantry. Let's get them. Just take them as many as we can. Yeah, they're going. Warband, let's get them out. That's it. Mopping up, lads. Mopping up. Mopping up as many as we can. Right, might as well go for it. Exhausted, but let's just go for it.
As enemies, these men are perfect. They are running from the battle in terror.
In terror! I tell you, the arrow fire from these elephants is pretty decent. Who's this guy? Oh, they're off. There you go. Well, folks, that wasn't too bad. It was a bit awkward positioning-wise, but we've
Victory lies in your
we've
grasp.
come out there for a loss of only 34 men. So, and we've killed 2,000. So that is not too bad at all. We'll take that. We shall certainly take that. Go back that way, buddy. Go back that way. And don't come back, yeah? That's it. Get yourself sat in there and just chill out. We're not even taking that settlement. We don't want it. Just chill yourself out. Right, finally, we'll bring you back. Couple of turns. Get Sakabal on his way. Get this army re-strengthened with some fresh puny infantry from here. Maybe merge these together and get a unit of Sacred Band in there as well. And then we'll give, and then he shall be there to pounce should they do something silly in the future. But yes, there we go, folks. I'll end the session there. There'll be another recorded session for you guys tomorrow where we'll continue on in the same vein, and then the final session will be a stream in 2022 because we still have a couple of little odds and ends to finish up, I'm sure. So there you go. Hope you enjoy, and yeah, have a good one. Until next time, I'll see you soon.